Look, check this out. Everybody in life goes through a struggle financially, whether it be a major struggle or a minor struggle. Everybody struggles at some point. I'm sure 98% of the people have been in the grocery store, basket full of groceries, a line behind them, and they swipe that card and say it's declined. And you say, man, I know money on here. And you swipe it again and then it says approved. And you're like, man, everybody at some point has been through that. I remember when I first got married, and when we came back for our honeymoon, me and my wife came back from our honeymoon, we had to go put groceries in the house. So we went to the store, we bought food, things she liked to eat, stuff I like to eat, and I think it was like we had bought seasoning, a bunch of little small stuff. I think it was like, I want to say it was like $280 something. And I remember I got to the register, and I can't remember what it was, because this was before COVID. Now this was when I cannot remember. I can't remember what, but I knew it was a bill supposed to come out of my. This is how it was gonna work. A bill was gonna come out of my account, and I was gonna get paid like at 12 p.m. So I couldn't remember if the bill came out the day before or the day after. Now this was when I was I didn't have much money now, and my business was trash at this time. So, and I remember getting in line, I was sweating. I said, man, I knew I should have went to the ATM, grabbed the money out of the ATM before I came into the store. And man, we got to the line, rung everything up. Because back then, I didn't have an app to check. Well, I stuck that card in, it felt like it took forever, and it said approved. I said, ooh. But everybody has been through a struggle. Feast or famine. Everybody has been through it. But you just have to rise above it. And one thing I learned about being a Christian, if you say you trust God, just trust Him. If you're doing everything right, like if you getting up, going to work, you managing your money, you're not beating on your woman, you worshiping and serving the Lord, man, trust Him. It's all gonna work. And I'm gonna say this. And I'm going to say this before I let y'all go. I remember when I quit my full-time job the first time to go all in on lawn care. And when I left my full-time job, I had 5 credit cards maxed out. I had $0 in my checking account. And I had a $700 check I had to pull out of the hole. That was all I had. And I think at that time I had a wife and 3 kids. I had 3 kids at that time. No savings. Look, I was leaving my safe and secure job. I was leaving Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance. I was leaving a 401k plan, and I was leaving a steady paycheck. And I think at this time I was making about $28 an hour. I was leaving all that behind to start my lawn care business. It's on my YouTube channel. Y'all can go back and watch it. I had $0 in the bank. I had what it was. I had $0 in the bank. I had 5 credit cards maxed out. And I want to say how many hours I had worked that week. I quit on a Wednesday. Did I quit on a Wednesday? I quit on a Wednesday. Matter of fact, I quit on payday. Yeah, I quit on payday. I had just got I can't remember how much the check was. I ain't gonna lie to you. I quit on payday. And the next week, I wasn't gonna have nothing about a $200 check. And I turned in 2 weeks of vacation time. So I knew I was gonna have about a good 2 weeks of vacation time, was 80 hours. So I knew I was gonna have about a $1,400 check coming. So I quit, cashed in my vacation time, got my last check, and that was it. It was all up to me. And I kid you not, when I first quit, when I first went all in on lawn care, I remember I quit on a Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I cut grass Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I remember when I don't want to be late for work. This kind of story gonna be a little lengthy. I quit on a Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I remember. Because I went home, showered, jumped right on the route, because that's what I've been doing. I've been getting off work, going straight on the route. So I got off Wednesday. I remember I jumped up. I went home, showered. I went home. My wife's getting the kids ready for school. I said I did it. I quit. She congratulated me, put my clothes on, went and cut 3 yards. When it got me something to eat at Whataburger, I'm falling asleep cutting. Got done from cutting. We went to church. And I remember, I said, man, I can go home and go to sleep when my family go to sleep. Slept good, jumped up, went and worked all day Thursday. Got off from work Thursday, cutting grass, slept Thursday night, Friday morning, finished the route, slept like a baby Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and when I woke up Monday, it rained Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I said, I hope I ain't make a mistake because I ain't got no more money coming. Because around this time, I had pulled the check out the hole. I done grabbed, all I had was that grass check I just made. After that solid week of rain, I started making after that solid week of rain, I never dropped under $2,000 a week cutting grass. I was getting $2,000, $2,300, $2,500, $3,000 every week from spring all the way up until, because we had a drought. My first year out, we had a drought. From that was March, April, May, June. June, it had stopped raining. It's completely stopped raining. So July, you was kind of coasting through. By August, it wasn't nothing to cut. So August, I didn't really make any money. September, it started raining again. We started cutting a little bit. October, we cut a little bit, and I went and got me a welding job. All right. And my biggest fear was what I'm gonna do in the winter. It's crazy how God, I don't care. Look, I'm gonna record until I got to go into work, because y'all need to hear this on how awesome God is if you really trust him. So when the drought hit in August, and I had people saying, hey, my grass ain't growing, I don't think I need you to cut it. I had a little bit of bread put up, but it wasn't enough to carry me through the winter. I'm looking like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So when August was here, I was looking for welding jobs. Couldn't really find nothing. September hit, we started cutting again. And I say about the first week in October, everything was really browned out. Second week in October, I had my resume on Indeed and I updated, and a lady called me. She said, hey, I wanted to know if you still looking for a welding position. Told I was, blah, 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 woo. Got a welding job, started making $1,500 a week, all right? And I remember I was saying, well, man, who at my door? Okay. And I remember saying, well, man, what I'm gonna do next? I started stressing. I said, man, what I'm gonna do next year, man, if we go through another drought? Because I know them folks probably ain't gonna let me come back. And I was stressing, worried about it. Season and that was this year. So when this year started rolling, I wasn't making as much money as I was making the previous year. But see, the previous year, 2023, I had a good run from March, April, May, June, and July. I did good. But August, it was cut off. Like I was cutting here and there. I wasn't really making money in August. It didn't start raining again until like September. And then it was pretty much try and stash a little bit back, then it was over with. So in 2024 hit, March, it didn't really take off. April, it didn't really take off. Like I was making decent money, but it wasn't, oh man, let me put back $1,000 a week. Because by the time you pay your business expenses, pay all your bills, pay your quarterly taxes, I was doing okay. So then I started reinvesting into my business. I paid money to get me a website built. I paid money for every door direct mailers. That was some thousands. Then I started having truck issues. Then my motor blew up on my Skag. Then my AC went out at my house. And my AC went out in my truck. And I started going through a lot of that. And I was cash flowing everything. You know what I'm saying? I was making the money to take care of everything, but all of this stuff breaking apart should have been money getting thrown in the bank. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever, you know. It's whatever. So like Every Door Direct Mailer, when I did an Every Door Direct Mailer, I want to say that ran me like 3,400. When the motor blew up on my Skag, that was like another 3,000. AC went out at my house, that was like 800. The truck, AC went out of the truck, that was 1,200. And it was just little small stuff. I had a baby that year, took time off from work. It was just little small stuff. I was able to still pay my bills and put a little bit to the side. And I was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do in the winter. And this winter, I'm out here at this job that I'm fixing to quit in 4 weeks. I haven't lost nothing. Food was still put on the table. Bills were still paid. I lost nothing. And so now I'm getting ready to springboard into the 2025 mowing season. But listen, I got a plan drawing up. I have a plan drew up. Somebody at my door. I'm watching the cameras. I got cameras around my house. Yeah. So I have a plan drawn up on what I'm gonna do for the 2025 mowing season, on how I want stuff to play out. Am I still gonna grab a welding job next winter? Yes, I am. Reason being, I have 5 children to take care of. It don't matter if I put up $60,000 by the end of this year. That is still not enough, because one wrong move, you'll be out of commission for a while. Well, man, that's why you need employees. Well, you have to be able to pay these employees, so you have to grow your business to get there. So I've already got I got a job lined up for the winter. I think they pay like $30 an hour, but it's only on day shift, which is fine. But that's not nothing to worry about right now. I start worrying about that in November. I ain't worried about that right now. I just know that's on the table. But I'm saying all that to say this. Trust God. If you're going to trust God, just trust God, because the journey is more important than the destination. It's the journey. It's the journey. And like what we don't know. Like when I was building my business while I still had my full-time job, I should have used that time to pay my mortgage off, but I didn't. You don't know what you don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's all a learning curve. It's all a learning process. Life is beautiful, man. Life is so beautiful and eloquent. But we live and we learn. So life is beautiful. Trust the Lord if you're going to trust him. And I would admit, the job I'm working on right now, my supervisor's cool. He don't give a flip about what I do every night. He see, oh man, this guy put footage out, leave him alone. He don't bother me. He show me what he want done, he leave me alone. Nobody's riding me. Everything is smooth. I might butt heads with the tool room guy every now and then. Other than that, man, everything's pretty much cool. But like I say, bro, I'm gonna probably have to leave sooner than when I was talking about. I'm gonna really probably have to leave this job in like 2 weeks, because my truck right now reading 79 degrees. And the grass is starting to grow. Like I said, we get one thunderstorm with pour down of rain, that grass jumping out the ground. It's over with. It's over with. That's all we need right now, because it's coming out of our yard's coming out of dormancy already. In 2 weeks, we're cutting. I know the second week in March, I'm full force, my schedule back popping. I've already had a few people reach out. Hey, Gibson, you gonna put me on your schedule this year? They're really saying, hey man, the grass growing. And I've had a few people reach out and told me they sold a house, they're moving, or they won't need lawn care this year. It's like everybody, that's why I say trust God. Give you an example. Lady reached out to me, $70 per cut property. She said, Gibson, I'm selling the house. If you can go over there one good time and clean it up. Went over there, cleaned it up. I'm sure she sold it. Had another client, Gibson, I just bought this house on the water. Run by there, give me a quote, and just put it on your schedule. Like, golly, man, you bought another house? I'm already doing 2 houses for you. So you just bought a 3rd house. Looked at the property. That's an $85 cut. Just lost the 70, replaced it with 85. Oh man, that's how that's gonna work this year. That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to just trust God. It don't matter. It does not matter. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. And listen, everybody's financial state is not yours. You have to understand that. Like, everybody don't eat the same, so everybody's grocery bill would be different. I like to eat steaks twice a week. Steaks cost money. I like to eat salmon. Salmon costs money. So my grocery bill is gonna be different from the next man's. I don't want a brand new truck. I love to look at them all day long. I don't want that $1,000 payment. Could I afford? I'm gonna be honest, it sounds cool. Man, it's $1,000 payment truck, and you have a nice, reliable truck. You can look. You don't have to pray for your trucks anymore. I pray for my vehicles. You got a $1,000 a month truck. No, you ain't got to pray for that truck. You go out there and turn the key. It's coming on. Man, look. Every time I jump in this truck, I'm sticking the key. I take a deep breath. Hope it crank up. Then it crank up. I'm serious. When you over 200,000 miles, you start thinking about that kind of stuff. But I know it's gonna be a point. It's a season. Everything in life is a season. I know it's gonna be a season in my life where it just doesn't make sense to ride around in 200,000 mile vehicles. It's gonna come to a point in my life, man. I'm gonna go buy me a new used truck. How many miles on it, man? Like 60,000. That ain't nothing. Just get that and keep rolling. I'm gonna never buy a brand new truck unless I'm just making that kind of money where my tax bills is just outrageous. So that's how you have to look at, man. That's what you got to look at. Just trust the Lord. He gonna work it out. You is not gonna starve. Listen, if you following out, look, from me struggling to living paycheck to paycheck to almost having this truck I'm driving in getting repossessed, the Lord always opened the door and got me out of it. Even though I put myself in it. Yeah, man, Lord always make a way. Always make a way. March is here. March will be here in a few weeks. And it's time for me to start paying my mortgage again. Time for me to start paying my other truck note again. Time for me to start paying my dump trailer, because I had all of that pushed up to March. March is coming. It's time to start paying all that stuff again. I ain't tripping. I ain't crying. Hey, the Lord, man, listen. The Lord making a way. Supervisor said the other day, say, man, I'm gonna crank the hours up next week. I'm gonna run it up with them. They work 12 hours a day. I'm gonna work it all the way up till I quit. Hey, man, it's been fun. I got to go.